Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mace, and I'm here with my first UFO podcast since I ran out of UFO documentaries to post. And this time it will be about a UFO crash in Wales in a little village called Llanilar. And apparently it's around an area called Aberystwyth, and it's sometimes referred to as the Roswell of Wales, even though I've never personally heard of it, and there was also an event that took place in Wales in 1974. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. It's probably not going to be very long. I'm hoping that eventually, once I get to some other things, they'll have longer podcasts, but for right now, they're probably going to be anywhere from the 7 to 10 minute range. Anyway, with that being said, let's get started. Now, on the morning of January in 1983, farmer Uriel Evans discovered several large crumpled pieces of foil and metal on his land. And after he took a look at them for a while, he thought they might be from a small plane or a helicopter. And he would contact the police, worrying that an aircraft may have crashed and they didn't know about. And he would think to himself that it must have happened during the early hours and there wasn't any debris the night before. The Royal Air Force would send an investigation team to speak with Evans, and by this time he had found metallic debris in 4 of his fields. It was obviously that something strange had happened, and parts of the debris had green-gray color to it and a honeycombed appearance. And the Air Force told Evans that they weren't missing any military vehicles or jets, and whatever the material was, it didn't look like it came from any aircraft that they were aware of. And shortly after that, a second unit arrived, and this one was more aggressive, and they searched the fields, and they had both uniformed and non-uniformed officers, some of which claimed to be from the Ministry of Defense. And they immediately set a line around the fields containing the wreckage and put up temporary floodlights so they could work into the night. And they would remove every single piece of wreckage, no matter how small it was. Uh, it looked like something out of a James Bond movie, according to Evans. Now, the Ministry of Defense would pick up everything except for a few small pieces that showed up later. And they would release an official statement that once again said that no aircraft were missing and that there wasn't any radar evidence of any other aircraft over the Aberystwyth region in the night in question. And the material they had analyzed was known as unidentified. There was very little of a follow-up investigation beyond that. And there was only one newspaper that would cover the incident, and that was only a one-off. And that was the January 23rd story of the Express under the headline Strange Debris Out of the Sky. It was enough, though, to bring attention to the UFO researcher Gary Rowe. He would travel to the Evans farm to speak with them, and with a small team of UFO investigators, they searched the field to find pieces of missed debris so they can do their own research. They did find several pieces of debris that were missed by the MOD unit. When Rowe had the samples tested on his own dime, he got the same results the military did, that they were inconclusive. However, they had a claim that it had similar properties to duralumin, a lightweight but strong material used in aircraft. And the green-gray material was a paint-like substance which is unidentified. Evans would later inform him that the area of the trees he wished to investigate was off limits in the future, and it was now under the control of the Forestry Commission. And Rowe would point out the organization themselves, why they were destroying the trees when their whole reason for existing was to do the exact opposite and preserve them. They would respond that storm damage caused them to take charge of the area and declare it off limits. The soil itself was also replaced. Now, after Rowe discovered the material, several mysterious men visited him and told him that he had to hand over the material he recovered. But he said that he had already given it to several different people around the country. And Rowe would offer the respective people in specific instructions and make sure that these were in a secure location that was safe if anything happened to him. And these men left and simply did not return. Rowe claimed that the letter he sent out was intercepted and searched through before arriving with him sometime after they visited. Now, it seemed after the incident there would become a string of more UFO sightings, just like there was after the 1974 Berwyn Mountains incident. There aren't any solid proof of where the wreckage of the remains that the RAF picked up are now. Some were believed to be in a military base, possibly somewhere near Ceredigion, and others believe it's maybe in Aberystwyth itself, in a possible military alien base in the area. All we know for sure is that something definitely did happen because of all the debris found in the area and all the big hush-hush and strange events that happened following it. Hopefully in the future we can find out more about this, but it was a very strange thing for me to see, and to see it labeled as Europe's Roswell when I haven't even seen it being highly publicized or mentioned anywhere, really. Anyway, that's all I've got for you for now. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.